Yes, I mean, it's going to be one of those days where it's going to be difficult to breathe, especially if you're in the city, because remember, the heat island effect, the heat gets trapped, so the asphalt tends to heat up, whereas if there's vegetation, it cools off a little bit easier. So just to give you an idea, taking a look temperature-wise, we're in the low 70s, 71 Mount Kisco, 73 White Plains, 74 Mount Vernon, a wider view of things. Remember, there is a heat advisory that's in place for a good part of the tri-state. It doesn't count for Suffolk County as well as parts of Nassau County. We'll have a closer look at that. 66 in Andover, 66 as well as Somerville. Satellite and radar, we're dry right now, but there may be some areas that stand the chance of some showers and storms. They have this area of low pressure, not a major deal right now, but it is providing a little bit of that moisture along with that trough that's not too far along. So that lift and the warmth and the humidity, the perfect recipe for storms to ignite. But what I'm noticing, again, there is a stable layer in the atmosphere that may prevent them from developing. We refer to that as a cap, right? So not too far along, we do have another area of low pressure that we're also tracking. This cold front will eventually sweep across, and that's really going to set the stage for much cooler air. But right now, it's quite humid. We're in the 60s, close to 70. We've knocked down dew point temperatures as a result of the wind shifting just a little bit this afternoon. It'll become more westerly, so it'll be a little bit on the drier, less humid side. But any way you slice, it's still going to be a very hot, very humid day. But once that cold front sweeps through, it's going to knock those dew point temperatures down as well as the actual air temperature. So we're going to be back down into the 50s and feeling more comfortable. But today, quite the opposite. Upper 80s, low to mid 90s, especially interior sections, New Jersey. We're going to really feel the heat. Central, southern New Jersey especially. And those locations stand the chance of a greater risk for severe weather. So more showers and storms possible later on in the day for the city. We're going to continue to monitor that. A little less hot further east you go. So keep that in mind. Heat indices around the area close to 100 in the city, and it looks like we may get to that triple-digit reading in New Jersey especially. The chance is still there. We don't quite meet the threshold in some locations, but the National Weather Service double-checked with them, and they said, you know what, we're going to keep that heat advisory in place for the time being because things could change, right? So here's a look at our air temperature versus car temperature. After 10 minutes, 94 degrees outside, 113. That's deadly for a lot of folks, especially young ones that sometimes get trapped in vehicles. You know, look before you lock. Always like to remind you of that. So far, 37 deaths this year has been reported nationally, 2 in our area, and that's way too many. On average, 37 children die each year. We did have a record back in 2018, 2019, a record of 53 deaths. So we don't want that, and so you definitely want to leave something in the backseat just to make sure that you remember that there's someone or something or maybe even a pet in the backseat. Heat danger. So if you're feeling faint or dizzy, excessive sweating, you may be suffering from heat exhaustion, even if you're sitting inside of the vehicle. I've experienced this. It's not great. If you notice someone struggling or if you're struggling, before you get to that dangerous level, make sure you seek help. There's a look at your 7-day forecast. Much cooler conditions, some showers over the weekend. Looks great for Labor Day. Star, over to you.